All right, guys. Sorry about that. I think I'm live. I think YouTube just took a shit, literally, because I can't even pull YouTube up on my phone, and all my other stuff is working with internet. Um, all right. Brandon Wallace is still here. Is everything looking okay? I think that was a YouTube glitch or something because I can even pull YouTube up on my phone right now. Looks good. All right. That was weird. I looked over in the corner of my eye and I was like, it looks like the stream's taking a shit. What's going on with it? I was like, it shouldn't be anything on my end. I've made pretty sure of that. Um, getting this computer and upgrade my internet and everything. I was like, damn, did my internet go out or something? But nope, it was YouTube. All right, so on that one, I guess I need to just jump up there. Super Boo's back. Thanks for coming back, man. I guess YouTube is having issues today. GT Biggerman's back. He says, I want to look into playing PS2 games, but all I have is some lame PS2 Slim. Um, are you trying to stream it or right now I've got a US Slim model, a Japanese Slim model, and then Japanese fat PS2. Oh, we beat round 4. I wasn't expecting it to end that way. Alright, so this password is a curious program punched the powder. uh, sounds like a computer program got hooked on the cocaine. Oh, for playing repros and stuff, yeah. Yeah, as long as the laser's good in it, it should be able to play them. Brandon Wall says, I need to test my PS2 with the Retro Tink. Yeah, dude, if you got the 5X, that's actually what I'm most excited about is playing PS2 games on it. And then earlier today, I saw Adam Korlick's video that he did about it. And he was saying in that video that um, that a lot of the functions and stuff like that were built in mind for the PS2. So that interested me even more because um, I mean, it looks decent with the 2X Pro, but it's not like mind blowing or anything. But he even said that the 5X probably it's not gonna like blow your mind or nothing, but it looks really good. He showed that with some footage using the M Classic with it as well. Um, and I mean, I think it looks good. It's probably the best it's gonna look until maybe the PS2 digital or something like that. Oh, this is a cool looking level. Oh, I didn't even see that. Damn, that thing can hit me when I'm ducked. Yeah, it can. I guess I had to do it again just to be sure. I'm hoping that I can get the 5X on the next run, but I don't know if I'll be able to afford it, to be honest. Damn, these bitches take like 4 hits. Alright, not too bad, not too bad. You just gotta know when to hide and when to shoot. Yeah, Brandon, I hope they will. I hope they'll be able to keep it in stock from now on. I mean, they should be able to. I mean, you know, like once the majority of people that really want it buy it, you know, the sales of it will probably go down some, I would imagine. Ah, man, that's a badass shotgun, though. GG Bigerman says, I hope they can't stock them so I can sell my Framemeister for a lot. Well, I can't blame you there. Right now, I'm wishing I had something like that I could sell. I'm changing jobs and stuff, so it's gonna be a little bit before I get paid again. I might end up having to sell some stuff, but definitely not getting rid of this Super NT for sure. As far as consoles, I think the only thing that I'd be willing to get rid of is that red Japanese PlayStation 2 Slim that I have, because I'm going to keep the gold one anyways. Ah, shit, he came back. I thought he was going to keep on walking. But he didn't. He started going back the other way. Yeah, I think this level is going to take a lot of practice to get through. Yeah, hopefully I won't have to sell some stuff, but I guess I'll know pretty soon. Probably within the next week I'll know, I'm sure. Cassius is here. I'm not too faded yet, man. I'm only on my, what, third beer? I got 3 more to go. This level's pretty hard, though. Alright, got another special there. Oh! Well, that didn't last long, did it? Ah. I feel like this is like one of those games I could just stay up all night trying to beat it. Ah. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna just save state this. And I think we'll play some Rolling Gunner 3. Or Rolling Thunder. I keep saying Rolling Gunner. I've been going for since what, about midnight? Yeah, so I need to change the game. Dude, GT Bickerman, if you got a 3090 that you could sell for that much, I'd probably do it. I'd probably do it, man. I like that music. What the hell is those guys? That looks like some Power Ranger shit to me too. Alright, Brandon, well thank you for coming by, man. Hope you have a good night. Oh yeah, dude. Somebody'd still buy that 3090. I'm sure of it. You could still sell that for a pretty penny. I'm sure. Yeah, dude, I'd sell that too. That 2070 Super, I'd sell that too. I don't think I've ever played this one, but I'm sure it's probably pretty similar to the old ones. Oh, you get to select your weapon? Oh, you got a knife too. That's cool. I think that was in the other ones. I mean, it's Rolling Thunder for sure, but it does have a little bit of a different feel to it. Oh, that was lucky. That was lucky as fuck. Alright, we got through round one. GT Biggerman says the sound engine sounds like Thunder Force. Yeah, it kind of does. GMG is back. Thank you for coming back, man. YouTube took a dump for a minute. I guess in this one you can't choose a character, it's just the one guy. Look, there's even robot dogs and everything. Or robot cheetahs. I want a robot cheetah. Yeah, dude, GT Bigman, if you got all them video cards, The old video cards, hell yeah, I'd sell them. I'd sell them in a heartbeat. I got pounced on by a Robo Cheetah. Oh, so this one actually has normal kind of passwords in it? I wonder if anybody's ever tried to do like a no guns run on this game, like just use the knife. That'd be pretty crazy. Ah. Jesus Christ. They just keep coming out of there. Ring Fit Master's here. What's up, man? I'm doing terribly at the Rolling Thunder games. Camp Survivor's here. He says potato yogurt. I'm Borderlines here. What's up, man? Alright, let's give this another shot. Alright, finally got through round 2. Yeah, I got pretty lucky, honestly, at the time to find this laptop when I did. It's got a RTX 3060 in it. Oh, there's a motorcycle section. That's cool. That's some killer music. Ringfoot Master says round two. Now the real shit begins. Hell yeah. GT Bigman says pretty nice graphics for this section. Yeah, man, it looks pretty awesome. Alright, I think that was it. Going into the city. Oh yeah, that was a pretty cool level. I like the music in these a lot, man. Las Vegas night. Oh, that sucks, Camp. I hope they get it straightened out for you soon, man. Alright, guys. Well, it looks like I'm out of beer, so you know what time it is. I gotta go grab a few more. But, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be back here in just a minute. Guys, I'm back. Thanks for waiting. Gonna catch up on the chat a little bit. Ring Fit Master says, if you enjoy Rolling Thunder, you'll enjoy Viper on the NES. It's a cool forgotten Capcom game. I have to keep that in mind, man. It sounds familiar, but I don't know for sure if I've seen it or not. I have to check that out. One thing I can't wait to get is an EverDrive for NES and Famicom stuff, and probably a retro USB AVS system. When those come back in stock, I definitely plan on getting one of those. Ring Fit Master says, out of beer, time to torture more souls down in the dungeon. Cracking the whips on them. Yeah, Camp, man, hopefully that works out for you soon. I know disability can be a hard thing to get a lot of times, and you know, traveling and stuff too, you know, and living different places, I'd say it's even more complicated. I wish I had the first Rolling Thunder to play for you guys too, because that's the one that I started playing, and I really liked it. Got it. Oh, it does look like Vegas. We're on the strip. Oh, we got some acrobatic bitches out here now. This has definitely got a Streets of Rage feel to it right here. Ring Fit Master says Viper on the NES is like a side-scrolling shooting game that kind of reminds me of Vietnam war movies in the jungle. Well, that sounds pretty cool. He says Vegas, huh? You think Saru and Jesse the panda will be final bosses? They very well could be. I guess we'll find out. Honestly, the acrobat bitches that are doing the somersaults and the flips and all that, they kind of look like they got a helmet on, kind of like Yuki. I'm really digging this game though, especially this level. Damn, killer. Refit Master says, I just got Yuki today in the mail, so happy to finally have it safe in my collection. Oh, cool, man. Yeah, I saw that picture you posted earlier in the Discord, but I didn't know you just got it today. That's awesome, man. I think you'll like it. It's a good game. GT Biggerman says, Rolling Thunder 3 was only released in the US. That's cool. I didn't know that. This is actually my first time playing this one, but I did spend some time with the second one, probably I think 3 weeks ago. I believe I sit here and played it for a couple hours, and I played the first one a lot on one of those PS2 collections. I think it was one of the Namco collections.
Enemy attack increasing. Hurry up.
Oh shit, now I'm being chased. What do I do? That was pretty crazy. Yuki or Evil Dead Hail to the King? Which one is better? I actually like, I don't have it any longer, but I used to have Evil Dead Hail to the King, and I liked that game, but it was hard as shit. I'd say Yuki's the better game. For sure. Yeah, man, the music in this game is awesome. I love it too. Evil Dead's the poor man's Resident Evil. I actually bought it just because of how big of a fan I am of Evil Dead. I had the PS1 version a long time ago, but now that I have the mode in my Dreamcast, I should check out the Dreamcast version of it. You know, back when I was doing my Halloween streams, I played Evil Dead: A Fistful of Boomstick on the PS2, and I've got a lot more subscribers now than what I did, but I think I only had like 2 people that came in and watched that whole night. And I was like, well, is it Evil Dead or do I just need more subs? Huh. Now see, last time there was something that started attacking me, like shooting missiles or whatever, but that didn't happen this time. I wonder why. That's strange. Yeah, I think Resident Evil's overhyped as well. Personally, my favorite survival horror game has always been Eternal Darkness on the GameCube. I still absolutely love that game. I haven't played it since I was a teenager because I haven't owned it since then. And that's a game that I really, really want back in my collection. I'd love to stream it, you know, one day when I finally get it and just sit here and play it forever. Or do like multiple streams of it because there's different endings to the game. I think there's only one true ending to the game. You have to, at the first of the game, there's these different symbols. There's like 3 different symbols that you can choose, and it changes basically the layout of how the levels are, like the number of the levels, basically like how they progress in the game. And you have to beat it like that with all 3 to get the true ending of the game. And beyond that one, my favorite one I've played so far in many years is probably the first Evil Within game. The Evil Within is just fucking amazing, dude. I can't even say enough about that game. Yeah, just need more exposure. I have been thinking about streaming on Twitch as well, doing like a dual stream thing. But I still really like Resident Evil. I just don't really play it a whole lot. I actually don't really have a lot of Resident Evil games right now. I still need to actually get those again. I've got the Japanese copy of Biohazard for the Sega Saturn, which that's another game I was streaming during that time as well, during the Halloween streams. And I said I was going to do a continuation of that and finish it, but I still haven't done that. So maybe that's a game I should go back to pretty soon, play the first Biohazard. But now that I've got my Dreamcast with the mode in it and stuff, you know, I've got a few more Resident Evil games on there I can play. I still need to get Resident Evil 4 back. I used to have that years ago, but I think I let a friend borrow it or something and I forgot about it, and I don't have it now. So I need to get those again. But let's see if I can beat this level now. What is this? Round 5. Got some killer music here. Alright, those armor guys take a lot of hits too. I think they take 4 hits. Oh man, I made it pretty far. Yeah, there's in my opinion, there's good horror games and there's bad ones out there, but I mean, even like a lot of the fan favorites could probably be considered like bad games, by today's standards. um, but I don't know. I still like them, you know, but I'm also a big fan of horror movies and stuff like that as well. So, that's probably why. Um, Yeah, Mackenzie, if you were playing those games at 7 years old, then yeah, I'd say you were getting nightmares. Especially Eternal Darkness. That had some fucked up shit in it. Even by today's standards. Um, I would like to play some more of those games in the future though. Hell, maybe I'll even do like some The Evil Within streams or something like that. But right now I only have the PS3 version, so I think if I was gonna do it, I'd probably buy the PC version and stream it from my computer. You know, it'd probably look a lot better if I did it that way. I don't know if we're gonna beat this level or not, but I'm gonna keep on trying for a little bit. But I think these games are pretty killer, and they're still pretty cheap too. Not very expensive games at all. Even though I'm playing this on an EverDrive right now, I thought about buying these. It was probably a year and a half ago now. The main retro store I used to go to all the time is closed, but um, they had some loose copies of it, but I wanted complete copies, so that's the only reason I didn't buy those. But they had them there. I think they were usually between like 10 and 15 bucks. For a loose copy. I like how he actually says ouch when he gets shot. Ouch! Like an earthworm Jim. Oh, that's cool, Camp. I haven't played that one yet. Home Sweet Home. I haven't played that one yet. Oh shit. I got to like the same part and died again.
Got it.
Yeah, I can definitely see what you mean by that, Super Boo. For sure. Yeah, I can understand that for sure, Mackenzie. To me, man, Eternal Darkness is just one of those games, man. It's just one of those games that I'll never forget about playing, you know. I should probably be using save states on this, but I keep forgetting that I have the luxury of using save states now since I have EverDrives because I've never used them before. I've always just relied on my own skill to get through the game, so I gotta remember to do it. Alright, I remembered that time. Ah, I fucked up and overrided the save state again. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that, Mackenzie. So they made Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes as well. That's another GameCube game that I've always been really interested in, but I've never had the privilege to play it. Eventually, I'd love to get that, and some of the other, GameCube exclusive games, but they're getting so expensive now that most likely I'm probably just gonna put the ROMs on my hacked Wii and play them that way, until I could actually afford to buy the real copies, because there's quite a few GameCube games that I've been dying to get back in my collection over the years. Eternal Darkness being one of them. The other one probably being F-Zero GX. That was probably my favorite GameCube game at the time that I'd played, besides Eternal Darkness, but I'd really love to get those again at some point. I think I like the old Metal Gear Solid games better too than like the newer ones and all that stuff. GT Beaverman says, I still have F-Zero GX, dude. That's one of the greatest racing games of all time, man. In my opinion, that's definitely that's probably my favorite racing game of all time. Like the pinnacle of futuristic racing games. Even F-Zero X, that's what got me started on it. I remember, I think me and my mom, when I was a kid, we went to Sears and we were looking at stuff, and I was trying to get her to buy me a game, Well, I ended up going home that day with F-Zero X on the N64, and I played that game to death, man. I mean, I just played it constantly. Like, I just got sucked into it. I don't know what it is about that game, but there's just something about it that just makes me want to keep playing it over and over again. And same thing with F-Zero GX. I mean, it's even faster and more frantic and more fast-paced, and it's just it was crazy, man. Like the progression of like F-Zero X to like what F-Zero GX was, it's just insane. Yeah, man, like the GameCube games, they're too expensive for me, man. I can't afford them. Like, I mean, I feel like GameCube's like probably one of the most expensive systems you can try to collect for nowadays, honestly, which is really crazy to think about, when you think about like, Neo Geo stuff's out there, Sega Saturn stuff, PC Engine stuff. It's crazy to think about it, that like the GameCube now is just like one that you almost dread getting into because of how expensive it is. I think I'm gonna switch over to this screen for a little bit, because I think I'm pretty much done playing this for tonight. I guess I gotta adjust my camera. Hold on a second. I gotta shrink it down a little bit. Alright, I think that looks good. Hey, it's true. F-Zero GX, the best Sega game on the GameCube. It is. It's crazy to even think about that, you know, Sega developed that game, you know? GT Beerman says, I only have 9 games for my GameCube collection. I think I've got... maybe 7? I don't have many either, at all. I don't have too many GameCube games. GT Bigman says, I sold most of my GameCube games and went mostly for Wii games. Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot more Wii games than I do GameCube games at this point, which I don't even have that many Wii games anymore. Greenfield Master says the people at Sega who made F-Zero GX also made Super Monkey Ball. Both games use the same engine and a buttery smooth 60 frames per second. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know that it used the same engine as Super Monkey Ball. I still actually haven't played those games really. I remember playing them like in Walmart at like the GameCube kiosk things where they had the demos set up, and I played Super Monkey Ball on that, but that's the only one I ever remember playing was on one of those kiosk demo setup things. Super Boost says, back in the 16-bit era, no one would have ever imagined that Sega would develop a game for Nintendo. Yeah, I know, man, definitely. Like nobody would ever thought that would have happened back then. GT Biggerman says, I need to play Breath of the Wild on my Wii U. It's an amazing game, man. It really is. I've spent so much time in that game and still haven't done everything in it. I actually need to get back into that one and actually play through all the DLC and stuff like that, because I want to get the motorcycle, the Guardian motorcycle thing. I want to get that for sure. Oh yeah, dude. Super Monkey Ball is a hard game. It's not an easy game whatsoever. Even just playing that demo that I played when I was a kid, I was like, because I thought it was gonna be an easy game as well, just because of the way it looked, but it's not. It's hard as hell. DG Bigman says, I have more Switch games than GameCube, Wii, and Wii U combined. Honestly, man, I probably do too. Even just with physical games, I've probably got more Switch games than all that other stuff. And digital ones put together, like on the Switch, I think I've probably got about 250 games right now on my Switch. And the majority of those are digital. I probably have like, I don't even know, maybe 40 physical games. But a lot of them are indie games and stuff like that that I have, you know, digitally on the Switch. Like all the first party Nintendo stuff that I've bought, I've always got physical copies. Anything I can go and buy in a store, I've always done that. But anything that's like limited run or whatever, I don't really get into the whole limited run thing. I have had a few of them at different times in the past. Like I had the Messenger and some other games, but I ended up selling them because I already had the digital copy anyways. So I just ended up selling a lot of that stuff. But yeah, I really like these Rolling Thunder games. I like to be able to beat them and get farther in them and stuff like that. I mean, they're really fun games. They are challenging, but I don't think they're challenging to the point to where it's like you would like rage quit them or something like that. Or I mean, not for me, anyways. You know, they're pretty cool games. I like them. GT Biggerman says I have way too many Famicom and NES games now. I'm getting quite the collection of Famicom games right now because you know, Kid Shoryuken's been sending me quite a bit of those over the last year, and I'd say even now I probably have double or triple the amount of Famicom games that I do NES games, which I probably only have about 10 NES games. I mean, the thing is with me is like I think I have a bunch of different like game systems and stuff, but my actual game collection is pretty small, really in comparison, because like I'd say that the consoles I have the most games for besides the Switch is probably PlayStation 2 and 3. Honestly, I've probably got more games for those systems than anything else. Like Dreamcast and Saturn, I probably have like 30 games maybe for each one. PC Engine, I only have like maybe 10, probably not even 10 games for that system. PS1, I've probably got like 5, well, which is terrible because I grew up on PS1 too, you know. And I miss a lot of the PS1 games that I used to have that I really like to be playing. So, but you know, PS1 collecting has just gotten so crazy over the last few years that it's like almost every game I want is close to $100 or, you know, over $100, and it's like, is it really worth spending that much money on it? Like, I'll probably will just go with an ODE solution at some point with PlayStation stuff. I think with PS2 stuff though, there is still a lot of, you know, really affordable PS2 games, you know, that aren't very expensive, but a lot of the more sought after ones are, you know, really expensive now. But I think that's probably what I'm going to be doing here in the near future, is like actually focusing on PS2 collecting, especially import collecting, because you know, there's so much interesting stuff we didn't get here, and you know, there's still a lot of, you know, really affordable stuff on that system that I've never checked out before. I mean, there's just like thousands of PS2 games, you know. But PS1 is another one that I really want to get back into as well. It's just, you know, I feel like if I'm going to do it, I'm going to have to buy imports, because, you know, everybody knows, like with PS1, one of the biggest things on that system is the RPGs. Well, the US versions are too expensive for most of them. I mean, there's still a few that are like reasonably priced, like, you know, Legend of Dragoon, or maybe like Chrono Cross, or, you know, maybe even some of the Final Fantasy games. But like beyond that, they're just fucking outrageously expensive. And it's like, I would honestly rather struggle my way playing through it in Japanese than even trying to play it in English, you know, for the price. I mean, like, all the Japanese copies of those games are like dirt cheap. You know, like, I could probably get every RPG that I ever wanted for the PS1 in Japan for like $100, you know, and have like every single one that I ever wanted, you know. But with, you know, with the PS1 stuff, there's so much stuff out there too that I haven't played and haven't experienced, especially import games that think that's really what keeps me collecting at this point, is especially import games. I love, finding new stuff that I never knew about, and there's just so much, games that never came out here on those systems. But recently, I've been mainly focusing on like Saturn and Dreamcast collecting and stuff like that. But the PC Engine's another one of those consoles that mainly all the best games only came out in Japan. Same thing for like the Saturn. I mean, they were basically like that. I've got everybody counting their games now. Rainfit Master says, for some reason in my head tonight I thought Rolling Thunder was a racing game. I was thinking of Days of Thunder and NASCAR Thunder. Yeah, I kept calling it Rolling Gunner. That game that I played last week on the channel, the shooter game. I kept calling it Rolling Gunner. DT Biggerman says, Kid Story, you can hook me up with a few, and my local shop had some, and then a lot from Buyee. I just got a few really nice PC Engine repros. The super expensive games, I can't afford the real ones. Yeah, some of them are just like way too expensive, man. But I think it's cool that we have the option to get high quality repros as well, because I mean, getting the official copy is just too damn expensive. It really is. GT Bierman says, I need to dive into PS2. I barely played it, but I'm going to go with the Free McBrute and repros. I have about 20 PS2 games, probably 25 PS1 games, 40 Saturn games, and maybe 65 Dreamcast games. Over 100 Genesis games. Yeah, that's a pretty big collection, man. Pretty good collection of stuff. PS2, I've probably got, I can't really count them from sitting right here, but I've probably got 40 or 50, including imports. I've probably got about 10 Japanese games now. Super Boo says, I have 54 games for PS1, 81 for PS2, and 11 for PS3. I think I've got more PS3 games than anything else. Like, almost this whole shelf you can see right here behind me is like mostly PS3 games and Blu-ray discs. And then I've got my PSP and PS4 and Xbox One stuff. I've got like 7 Xbox One games, probably 15 or 20 PS4 games. I've probably got like 50 PS3 games back there. Ringfit Master says, I have 24 Jaguar games. Well, that's probably a pretty big accomplishment there, because I'd say most of those games are expensive as hell now. I know you've got a pretty giant GameCube collection as well. GT Beerman says 50 plus Super Nintendo and Super Famicom. Yeah, I'm definitely getting more of those as well too. Like, I actually sold all of my Super Nintendo games several months back. I sold all of those. I sold some Genesis games, and you know, now that I actually have the EverDrives for those systems, it's like even Genesis and Super Nintendo can be expensive to collect for as well. Um, and it's like, you know, should I really be putting my money into stuff like that, or, you know, just use EverDrives? Because really, at the end of the day, it's the same thing, you know. So I've been kind of, you know, questioning my own purchases and stuff here lately. Yeah, GT Biggerman bought some Genesis games from me. He brought Phantasy Star 2 and 3 from me. I had complete. They just didn't have the maps with them, but it had the case, the cartridge, and the manual. I've actually got some other ones I'd be willing to get rid of. Just trying to make some money. I've got like Lightning Force, which is Thunder Force 4 complete. I've got Streets of Rage 2 complete. Earthworm Jim complete. RoboCop versus Terminator complete. And Toe Jam and Earl Panic on Funkatron complete. But now I've got some Master System games too I've been trying to sell for a while. But yeah, I think I want to, you know, kind of, with Genesis stuff, I'm really picky. It's like, if I'm going to collect for it, I want to have the case and all that stuff. I always, you know, love the clamshell cases that they came in. So it's like, if I don't have it, it just kind of feels like it's not the same. It's kind of weird. But with Super Nintendo and Super Famicom, NES, all that type of stuff, I don't really care if it's a loose copy, you know. I sold my N64 as well probably a year ago, maybe a little bit more than a year ago. I would like to get that back and get some of the games for it that I was talking about earlier, like F-Zero X. That's one of my favorite games ever. But it would probably be better to get one of the EverDrives for the N64, because I've heard that you can actually play the N64 disc drive games on those, and F-Zero X did have a disc drive version where you could, you know, make your own tracks and stuff like that. So I might actually just go with an EverDrive either way, just so I can play those games, because there's no way in hell I'm gonna buy a real deal version of, you know, the N64 disc drive. Those things are too rare and too expensive. Yeah, man, that's the thing. Same thing with me, GT Biggerman. I'm like, I love Genesis games. Like, I love the packaging. I don't know. I'm drawn to them for whatever reason. I'm like drawn to those games. But it's like, do I really need it? You know, now that I've got an EverDrive that can play everything, you know, that system has to offer, plus like Master System and, you know, Sega CD, Mega CD, all that stuff. You know, that's one thing I'll probably never ever get into is Sega CD, because I've never owned one, and they're expensive to get into as well. The games are expensive. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just get an EverDrive. You know, I mean, I think still at the end of the day, like, my favorite things to collect for is probably Sega Saturn and PC Engine. Even though I don't have really a whole lot of games for either one of those, I think those are my two favorites to collect for. But here lately, though, I've really been digging like all these awesome PlayStation 2 games that Jim's been sending me. So I think I might put a heavier focus on, you know, collecting like Japanese PS1 to 2 games pretty soon. Um, because like even with PC Engine, you know, I've got an EverDrive, and I can burn discs and play it. It plays burn discs just fine, you know. So I can do that for, you know, as long as I need to. Um, yeah, exactly, Mackenzie. It's like if you have an EverDrive, it's kind of like, you know, it's like I still want to collect games even though I have them, but I think I wouldn't want to buy like every single game. You know, it's like all the stuff that I've been wanting to play for years that I finally can play. You know, on this EverDrive, it's like, you know, now I'm seeing like what kind of stuff I really like and what I gravitate towards, um, and like stuff that I would actually really be interested in buying. Um, yeah, well, I mean, Super Boo, I think it depends on the person though, because I mean, like, you know, it's kind of a weird thing because it's like I was just saying, you know, with like Super Nintendo, NES, Famicom, Super Famicom, N64, I could care less if it was boxed or not, but for some reason, with Genesis stuff, I don't know what it is. I really don't. I don't understand it. But for some reason, I want it to be complete. You know, with that clamshell case and, you know, the manual and all that stuff. I don't really know why, but that's the way my brain works, I guess. But I think it's different for everybody, though. It's like, because at the same time, it's like, well, why do I care about those being complete, but why don't I care, you know, about all these other cartridge games if they're complete or not? You know, it's kind of a weird phenomenon, I guess. Yeah, I definitely prefer playing like even with CD games, like, and same thing with Dreamcast. You know, like GT Bigerman was talking about PC Engine. You know, that he'd rather play, you know, PC Engine CD games with real discs. I'm kind of the same way with that, and with the Dreamcast in particular. Um, I never burned Dreamcast games at all until the last year, to try out some of the shooters and stuff that I never had the chance to play. And you know, now I finally have a mode and all that stuff, so I don't really have to use burn discs anymore, unless it's like a backup copy of something that I have, because I do have like some games that, you know, like Shenmue. I've got, you know, a US version of Shenmue that the second disc doesn't work at all. So if I want to play it on, you know, the original hardware, then I use a burned second disc to actually be able to play it. But yeah, I feel the same way, you know, about like the Dreamcast stuff, because and it's so crazy to think about it, really. As long as I've been in Dreamcast, you know, I had one from probably a year after it released, and I've been a huge fan of it ever since. But even now, I only have probably 30 games or so for it. It's so weird to think about that. It's like, you know, I think if I would have had the money and I wouldn't have been buying new games for like new systems, I probably would have like really went hard on Dreamcast collecting and stuff like that back in the day. But at the same time, I think I may have been under the impression that like, oh, this stuff will stay cheap forever because nobody wants it, nobody cares about it. So, you know, at my leisure, I can come back at any time and buy this stuff for like next to nothing. Well, I was wrong. You kind of need to get it while it's cheap, you know. Um, Yeah, GT Biggerman. I remember a while back you had some that you some Dreamcast games you were wanting to get rid of. Honestly, right now I can't really afford them, but if you haven't sold them, uh, by the time I get some money, then I might buy them off of you because I love the Dreamcast, man. I really do. And I always said, like, if I was ever going to collect like a full set of games for any system, it'd probably be the Dreamcast. Um, so I'm still really interested in that. Even though I have a mode, I don't need them. It's like, you know, but it's so weird. Like, you know, I have the Sega Saturn with a satiator in it, you know, and that ODE allows me to still play my real disc. The funny thing about it is like, if I have the real disc of the game, I will literally go over to the shelf, grab it, look at it. You know, I love looking through the artwork. I love looking at like the inserts and all that stuff that came with like Japanese games, and I'll sit here and look at it, you know, and I'll actually play it on the real disc instead of, you know, just booting up the satiator and playing it that way. It's weird. It's like I'm only using it for like games that I don't have or can't afford, you know. It's kind of one of those type of things. Yeah, well, right now it could be. Because I don't have much money right now. I'm changing jobs and stuff, so it's going to be a while before I get another check. Um, but, yeah, dude. I mean, if you sell those video cards, you'd have plenty enough money to get, you know, a satiator, a mode, and probably a bunch of other shit too, man. Like those 3 video cards that you got, if you sold every one of those, man, you'd have a ton of money, like, left over even after buying the satiator and the mode. Um, I think they're extremely good investments, but I'm kind of like, now I think about like PlayStation stuff, like I'm kind of interested in like actually getting the PS1 with like the PS1 digital and the X Station and all that stuff, but I already know from, you know, doing this with the Dreamcast, it's like, man, that's going to be like $1,000 thing, and I just can't afford it, you know. So maybe, you know, another year from now or something, I might be able to do it, but I would at least like to get a few more PS1 and 2 games to tide me over until then. But, as far as like Japanese PS2 games, I've got quite a bit that that I can go back to and play. Oh, I see, Mackenzie. Well, you know, supposedly there's going to be a PS2 digital coming out, so I think that would probably be even better to just do that, you know, like if it works the same way, you know, if PS1 and 2 games work just as well with the PS2 digital, you know, playing it on a newer TV and stuff like that, that would probably be the way to go. And I know it's going to be a while before I can even afford anything like that anyways, so it probably would be better for me to just wait until that comes out, because I've already got 3 PlayStation 2 consoles. I'm sure probably one of them at least can be modded to be able to support all that stuff. So, you know, I'll probably just wait a little bit until that stuff comes out. But I think the next thing I want for sure is going to be the RetroTink 5X. I think that'll definitely be the next thing on my list. But even like the N64 digital, like that's probably going to be the best way to go as far as like N64 games. But it's like right now I don't even have an N64 anymore, and I'd probably go with an EverDrive as well, or only buy Japanese games because they're so cheap. And And I'll probably get an Everdrive anyways because I want to play the disc drive games, you know, and build my own tracks and F-Zero X. So that's probably what I'd do with the N64. But I think I will go ahead and end it here because it is 3 o'clock in the morning where I'm at. But I definitely appreciate y'all coming by. Like I was saying earlier, I didn't really, you know, plan on streaming tonight. It was just something I did, a late night stream, and I appreciate everybody coming back. And when the stream crashed, and y'all came back again, so I definitely appreciate that. I will do at least one more stream over this next weekend. I'm not sure how much I'm going to be available, you know, depending on what's going on, but I do plan on doing at least one more stream within the next 4 days. So I'll definitely be back again with something else. I'm not sure exactly what yet because I haven't really planned it. But anyways, you know, I appreciate y'all coming out and supporting the channel, and I hope y'all have a good night, and I will see you next time, guys. Bye.